Gabby notices dirty dishes in the sink and she noticed that they've been sitting there for a while.
Whose dishes are those?
Oh, they're mine. I'll get them later.
Although Steve says he'll take care of it, they end up sitting there for another day or two.
Hey Kevin, I noticed Steve's dishes are still in the sink. Can you ask him to pick them up as soon as he can? They've been sitting there for a while.
I know. I don't know if I should bug him about it again. He doesn't really listen to me when I ask him to do something.
Abby, Linda, and Vicky enter the common area as they just got back from dinner. They notice Gabby and Kevin talking and decide to join in on the conversation.
Hey, what's up? What are y'all talking about?
Steve left his dirty dishes in the sink again and he won't take care of them. And right now, he's blasting music in the room and I can't even do my homework in there. And I have a midterm tomorrow morning.
That's not cool. Have you talked to him about it yet?
No, not yet. I don't know how to approach him about it. I've asked him to turn the volume down once I was trying to sleep, but other than that, I haven't sat down and talked to him about this issue.
Well, it's your space too. Don't be afraid to speak up and let him know.
Yeah, I'm kind of afraid. I've never really been in this situation before.
Nina enters the common area trying to figure out who is blasting music because it's past quiet hours. Whose room is room 311? Music is blasting from their room, and it's past quiet hours. They're not answering the door because they can't hear me knocking.
That's Steve, Kevin's roommate.
We were actually talking about that right now. Kevin's been having problems with Steve, and he wanted your help talking to him about their problems.
Can you help him?
Yeah, of course. Why don't we get Steve to turn off the music for tonight, and then we can schedule a meeting to talk about your situation. Would you feel comfortable if I also had the RA next door join us to help facilitate the conversation?
Yeah, I would like that. Thank you.
Kevin enters his room and gets Steve to turn down his music. In the doorway, Mina reminds Steve about quiet hours and reminds him to be respectful of quiet hours for those who are studying. In the morning, Kevin tells Steve that Mina and Jackie are setting up a meeting for them to talk about roommate agreements.
Hi, y'all. I hope that everyone has been doing well today. So today we're going to have a brief meeting about roommate agreements. Kevin mentioned to Mina and me that there has been some boundaries crossed lately. That's why I'm here to kind of facilitate the conversation today. And just to start off, I'm going to have Kevin tell you about how he's been feeling lately. And once he's done explaining, you will have the space to respond and include any input you may have.
I feel like my boundaries haven't been respected in our room and also in the common room that we all share. I use the kitchen quite often, and it's kind of gross seeing the dishes pile up for a while. Also, it seems like you don't notice that I'm in the room studying, and the loud music becomes so distracting that I end up not getting any work done.
I'm sorry, Kevin. I didn't know that I was affecting you in that way. I've just been so busy, but I'll go get the dishes now and make sure that the music isn't that loud from now on.
Awesome. I'm glad the conversation is going this way. Now I'd like for us to revisit some roommate agreements. Just a reminder, roommate agreements are just a small list of rules you set to respect each other's boundaries. It'll be kind of like a code of honor between the two of you to make sure you're both able to live comfortably. We will discuss and write them down together. The meeting ends successfully and Kevin and Steve now have made revisions to their roommate agreements. Kevin's issues were resolved and he and Steve now live without problems. The end.